Okay, hi everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining this session today on integrating AI tools into engineering education and research ethically. Thank you to those of you who responded to the Google form. And just to take a look at the results, can everyone see the results on the form?
Yes, we can see.
Yes, perfect. Okay. So it looks like, okay, so how often do you use generative AI tools? Daily. A lot of us use it daily to several times a week. Looks like for which purpose do you most frequently use generative AI tools in your work, research, or teaching? Brainstorming ideas seems to be the most common use here. Not much for teaching or course design. How familiar are you with UM's guidelines for AI use? You're somewhat familiar. At least 30, some of you are not aware of any of UM's guidelines. And then to what extent do you agree with the following statement? One, ethical trade-offs surrounding use of generative AI in engineering research and teaching is balancing productivity and preserving academic and professional integrity. And it looks like we have strongly agree and agree here. Okay, so I'm going to go back to our presentation. All right. Okay, so some session guidelines today. So this might be a different structure than what you may be used to. So if you feel comfortable, please do turn on your video. If you feel comfortable, you don't have to. Feel free to interject with comments, questions, any personal experiences that you may have with using with ethical use of AI. This will be an interactive session, I should warn you. I like to ask questions and I like to hear the perspectives of other people, participants in the room. So I will be asking questions. And I did a lunch and learn session yesterday with some faculty on student engagement and calling on students to participate. So if I don't get any participation, I may have to call on you. Okay, there will be 2 breakout room activities. I know breakout room activities aren't a favorite activity for many people, but yes, we will be doing at least 2 breakout room activities today. Okay. So our focus, so we will be exploring practical application, ethical engagement. This is not a technical session. So we will not be getting to any technical implementation with AI tools, but we will be exploring how to use AI tools responsibly in your research and your teaching, right? So I have 3 main areas that we will focus on. Yes, understanding the key ethical challenges. That includes hallucination risk. We all know about, or we should know about hallucination, that AI tends to hallucinate, academic integrity concerns, and bias implications. We'd also kind of explore how to apply some strategies for engaging with generative AI tools in a responsible way. And then finally, create a personal accountability code, right? So where you'll draft your own 3-point AI accountability code to guide your own AI practices as you do your research, as you pursue your education. So to start off our topic today, I thought I would highlight this particular article that was published actually this week, October the 14th. And it's an incident that happened with Deloitte. Deloitte is a global financing firm. They were asked to create a report for the Australian government. They created it, they submitted it, and then it was discovered that that report had a lot of AI generated errors, right? This is a report that the government paid thousands and thousands of dollars to be created, and then they discovered that it was mostly created by AI. In this article, they also reference a study that was done by KPMG. This study was conducted with their employees. And it was found in this study that 6 out of 10 of their employees were making mistakes with AI. They also found that 50% of their employees were uncertain about the AI policies of the company. And then finally, more than 40% or 4 in 10 of their employees acknowledged that they were using AI tools improperly, like they knowingly misuse AI as in their work. So there's this obvious disconnect, and hence why this topic is a really important topic for us to discuss and to wrestle with and to debate and to have our perspective opinions. Okay, so what is ethics? Since we are talking about ethics and AI, so what is ethics, right? And there are many different definitions. This one I just took from dictionary.com. So ethics are the moral principles that govern a person's behavior or conduct of an activity, right? So in the context of AI use, ethics guides us toward responsible use that respects integrity, academic integrity, respects fairness, and also accountability. So our first discussion question, you can put it and answer it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself, however you feel comfortable. But what are a few questions we should ask ourselves about using AI to complete a task?
Am I a subject matter expert?
Yes, yes.
I mean, that's the question I'll ask myself. I'm saying if I have to complete a task, whatever task that I'm trying to complete, am I a subject matter expert in that task?
Okay. Am I explicitly breaking any rules or guidelines? Yes. Thank you, Pranay, for that one. Brittany says, how would we feel if our professors, supervisors, co-workers, etc., knew we use AI to complete the task? Okay. Do I understand how the AI makes the decisions? Are the facts and citations in the task true? Yes. Is it okay to do this? Very simply, right? Am I taking a shortcut? Do I have enough background information? What are the AI sources of knowledge? Yep. Yes. Will I understand the output? All great questions. Am I still learning, understanding the material, or blindly following AI to think for me? Right, should I rely on the output? Is the output biased through my perspective and previous chats? Awesome, really great questions. I included a few here, and I think a lot of you already alluded to these, but is it appropriate to use AI for this particular task that I'm taking on, right? You want to ask yourself that question. Am I allowed to even use AI for this particular task? Should I be using it? Am I using it the right way? Can I verify this information? Will using it help to improve my thinking, or will this elevate my learning, right? So these are the types of, as we engage with AI and we interact with it in an ethical way, these are the questions that we should be asking ourselves, because technology use comes, it's personal, it's how we use it. And so we do need to challenge our thinking, challenge the way in which we go about our task when we decide to engage with AI in an ethical way. So one of the ways, or one of the things that is necessary in order to engage with AI in an ethical way, is to have some basic AI literacy, which a lot of you do already have, right? And what that literacy entails, right? One, awareness. So recognizing that AI is prevalent in our daily lives, right? It's there, it's out there, it's always going to be there, it's not going away. Understanding how to use AI in the right way, understanding its capabilities, things like knowing how to prompt well, asking it good prompts, understanding the different types of AI that's out there. And then finally, and the piece that we're going to focus on today, is critical thinking. Being able to evaluate AI output for accuracy, bias, and this is where the ethics really comes to play here. Okay. So in addition to having a basic knowledge of AI literacy, right, as we talk about ethical interaction, another thing that you need to be aware of in terms of interacting with AI ethically is the AI policies of your instructor, for your course, and for the university, right? So do you know University of Miami's AI policy? So that's the first step towards ethical use, right? Does University of Miami have a formal AI policy? What guidelines exist for your specific department, if any? How should AI be disclosed in my research and my teaching? And what are some of the consequences of policy violations? So here at University of Miami, I have some links here that can give you some information. And I don't know if any of you have seen these or read these, but here is the AI policy for writing studies. Are you seeing that webpage? Yeah? Okay. So if you haven't seen it, let me put the link in the chat so that you can take a look. Okay. Okay, so if you haven't seen it, of note here, it says their policy is that for instructors, you have to be clear about your expectations for student use of AI. Ideally in writing, either in your syllabus or on your assignment sheet, because those guidelines will help them when they're working with students. And also for students, you should be aware of your instructor's AI expectations. So when you come, you should have that awareness. And if you're not sure, then you should definitely ask your instructor about their AI policy and what is acceptable for your course. Another resource here is from the Platform for Excellence in Teaching and Learning. Let me put this other link in the chat. Right, so this kind of outlines teaching and learning with AI, gives some guidance, some exceptions, some examples, samples, syllabus language that the instructors can use, and some guiding principles. Okay, and then the final link is AI at the University of Miami. And here you can explore AI tools, learn about AI, and meet the AI team. Now, I should point out that on this page, it does have a link to AI detection software. These softwares are not endorsed by the university. In fact, we do not recommend using AI detection software because it is not reliable. It is not a reliable way of detecting AI. But here you can find a list of some known AI, some AI tools. Okay, so for your first breakout activity, and it's going to be for about, I might have to cut it short, about 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to share with you a document that has a flaw. This is a abstract that I had asked Gemini to generate. And so in your groups, you are going to read through the abstract and identify at least 3 flaws from reading this abstract. So here is the link. Copy the link. Paste it here. All right. And then now I'm going to send you guys off.
I'm sorry, Renee. Seems that I cannot receive your messages. I don't know why. I'm not receiving the links by you. No.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
If you put a link in the chat right now, Renee, I don't have it either. I have links
Really?
from
Okay.
I have links from Allison, but I don't have anything from you.
Oh. Hold on. Let me
Sure.
get that.
Yeah, but like at the beginning, we were receiving a message from you. Now, no.
I
Okay.
don't know what happened. Oh, I'm sorry. It was targeting one person.
So who was the lucky one?
Courtney.
It was me.
Okay. Is everyone seeing? Hold on.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, wait, Esper, are you not in a room?
Well, I was in room 4, but I was alone there. No one was there.
Oh, there are 3 people now.
Okay, let me go back.
Hold on.
Yeah, Austin is asking to be moved.
Oh, let's see. You were in room 4. Okay, move to room. And Dora was in room 4 too. Okay.
Excuse me. I was in.
Dora, you were by yourself, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, I was by myself as well. So
Oh, okay.
Okay, so since I'm going to give everybody 2 minutes. So something happened with the breakout rooms, but so can you all see the abstracts?
Yes, I
yeah.
can.
All right, perfect. So just take a minute, read through, and see if you can identify the flaws.
Would you mind zooming in on the image a little bit, please?
Oh, sure.
Appreciate it.
Is that better?
Perfect. Appreciate it.
All right, do you think you guys have identified at least one flaw?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna close the rooms now. Okay.
Okay.
All right, fantastic. Okay, is everyone back? Yes. Okay, so identify the flaws. Anyone want to share what flaws they saw in this abstract?
So I can go ahead speak for my room.
Okay.
It's just have time. Yeah, we detect, for instance, for non subject, matter experts, at least the tone is strange, like John John Doe, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of absolute statements like single greatest,
Mm-hmm.
everything, um, where are they? There's, yeah, conclusively, a lot of these like sales pitch almost. not
Mhm.
not a scholarly writing.
Right. Yes. So overgeneralization, like overuse of strong adjectives, like absolute terms, things like that. The use of John Doe. Any fake citations?
Well, guarantees are noted, for example. The whole paragraph almost reads like fake news when you hear fake news. So it's very confirmed outcomes, infinite amounts of energy
Mhm.
and guaranteed performance, like yeah, similar
Yeah.
to, so wouldn't even go to looking for validity of citations because there's so much other flaws that
Mhm.
it doesn't warrant verifying even the citations, let's say.
Right. It's not good writing, right?
Yeah.
So how to use AI ethically in your writing, right? So you should treat the AI more as kind of like a drafting assistant, not as an author, right? So first, you should draft the content yourself all the time. You should use the AI for refinement of style and tone. And whatever the output is, you should verify every statement. So you should check every claim, every data point, every reference, right? And if you use AI to assist you in this process, you should be transparent about it, right? So you should be able to disclose the use of AI. And I have a link here, which I found really helpful. And I hope everyone gets this link. To a site on Princeton University's library on how to disclose the use of AI. But the key takeaway here that I want you guys to take away from this exercise is that the researcher must always remain the sole authority on all the facts and the figures presented. All right, so do not rely on AI to do that. So which leads us into prompting, right? Ethical prompting versus unethical prompting, right? Because prompting determines your output, right? So with great power comes great responsibility. Any Spider-Man fans here? I'm a Spider-Man fan. So you should use AI tools thoughtfully and ethically, consider the broader impact that your prompts will have on the output that you will get. You should design prompts that avoid bias, promote diverse perspectives, ensure equitable outcomes. So whenever you're writing your prompts, these are the questions that you need to ask yourself, is it fair? Is it inclusive? Things like that. Again, so prompts dictate output. So unethical or biased prompts can lead to results that are problematic, can perpetuate misinformation or harmful stereotypes.
Hear you,
And so
but it
you should write your prompts with thoughtfulness and care. Did someone have a comment? Okay, so on a basic level, right? So which one of these prompts is better? Is it find 3 recent academic citations supporting the use of deep learning fluid dynamics, or check the grammar and flow of this abstract. Identify any instances where the tone seems too promotional or unscientific, right? So that second one is the better one to use. Here's a more advanced prompt example. In terms to kind of help you frame, ethical prompting. Please act as an experienced university English professor. Provide me with feedback that I can use to improve my writing assignment. Check the writing that I will provide by reviewing its logic, meaning that it is well organized and has a good thesis statement, has proper evidence to support the main ideas, uses compelling language appropriate to the audience, demonstrates the clear use of syntax, grammar, and mechanics is error-free. Do not provide a revised version of the writing provided, right? So that last line there really lends itself to ethical use of prompting, ethical use of the AI by asking it to provide a revised version of the writing provided, right? You're only asking it to provide, feedback on what you give it, right? You're just asking it to review logic. Is it well organized? Is it a good thesis statement, etc. So many of you may know that I have a 6th grader. She's my daughter. She's 11 years old. And this is a fun one that I actually tried today, actually. This is another prompt, please act as a 6th grade language arts teacher, pretend that we are in class, and ask me 3 questions of different difficulty on the book The Hobbit, right? One of the things that I like to do with my daughter is to read books together. And I picked The Hobbit, which may not have been a good selection at the time, but anyway. So ask me 3 questions of different difficulty on The Hobbit, one at a time, that my teacher might ask. Let me answer. Do not answer for me. Give me another question. After all 3 questions have been asked, give me overall feedback. So it kind of sets up the AI more as, a teacher or companion, right? Where you're asking it to give me a question one at a time, right? Do not answer for me. Give me another question. And then after 3 questions, give overall feedback. So, I mean, we have 6 minutes left. This is just something that we could probably just discuss as a group really quickly. But here's another ethical dilemma as it relates to AI generated content for conference posters and slides. So given this scenario, you need to create a poster or a slide deck for a major conference. You use a generative AI tool to summarize your introduction and literature review section and to generate several background images, graphics, right? The AI saves you 8 hours of design time. Does using AI to summarize literature count as plagiarism? Why or why not? If a citation in the AI generated lit review turns out to be fake, who is professionally liable for that error? And finally, using AI saved you lots of time. Name one non-AI task that you should dedicate your time to ensure the ethical integrity of your work. So pick any one of these questions to respond to.
Hi, Renee. I think, can we do it on the microphone, or should we have to write it back?
Oh, you can do it. You can unmute. You can type it in chat, whatever you feel like.
Okay, so I'm taking the last one, and I think the only significant non-AI task is the content.
Mm-hmm.
The subject matter, the content of the of whatever that I'm preparing should come from the user, from the person, because AI is not a content expert. AI is only good at making it fast. So as long as the content comes from you, that should be the non-AI task that you should be spending most of the time with. The content should still come from the person.
I agree. Yes.
So
Brittany, sorry, go ahead.
I have a follow-up comment that relates to also the prior slide.
Okay.
When you gave the prompt that at the end it said, not this one, the one before.
This one? Okay.
Do not provide revised version of the writing provided. So
Mm-hmm.
if the writing provided is my own writing,
Yes.
and I am simply wanting perhaps another way of expressing it, another view, and or more efficient, better, whether it's grammatically improved, as long as it is my writing, what's wrong with that? Is that considered as not ethical?
So, okay, you're writing, you're asking the AI to provide feedback. Is that what it is?
Yeah, so say I provide a paragraph,
Mm-hmm.
and then I say, can you rewrite this or express it better, or highlight it with this emphasis or whatever, right? And
Yes.
ultimately it's gonna do something, give it back to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying take what it gave back to me and plug it in, but it's another version. Now I can digest that and say, okay, do I agree with this or
Mm-hmm.
not? Or I may go back and further edit it and improve it. What's wrong with
Mm-hmm.
that kind of an exercise?
I think so. I think it's okay. Because you're asking for like refinement, right? Like refine maybe the tone, refine the clarity, but you were the original creator of that
Creator.
work.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just a comment on that. Unless there's a guideline which says that AI cannot be used in any way whatsoever to write or edit your text, then that would not be okay. Otherwise, as per I agree with you, I think that it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, Brittany, I'm gonna go since you responded in the chat real quick. You said that using AI to summarize, then presenting that summary is plagiarism. Why?
It's not authentically your own work. And I think that's
Yes.
why. Because if
Yeah.
you just use AI to copy and paste, then
Mm-hmm.
that's not yours. It's coming from a third party, and you need to reevaluate what AI gives you, and then you can come up with your own work, which is, I think, okay.
Right. Right. It is the same as if we summarize another author's work and then we don't cite it. All right, perfect. Thank you guys for participating and commenting. Okay, so path forward, personal AI ethics code. And this is not something that we have to share right now because we have like 1 minute left. But all technology use is personal, right? So when you are engaging with a tool like AI, you have to think about what is your personal AI ethic code. How will you ensure that there's accuracy, there's transparency? How will you handle intellectual property? Oh, Pranav, he just put that comment there. How will you address bias and privacy, right? And so just the key takeaway is that ethical AI use begins with intentional and thoughtful engagement, right? So your personal ethic code when it comes to AI will guide you through this very complex landscape. And for our final slide, if you do not have a copy of this book, I have many copies here in my office, called Co-Intelligence, Living and Working with AI by Ethan Mullock. And he kind of approaches the use of AI as more of a collaborator, like a like an assistant almost. And so he goes through and he talks about how you can coexist with AI in a way that is really ethical. So if you're interested in a copy, I have an entire box down here in my office. Just let me know and you can come and pick up one. Pranoy, you said for a poster, if I clearly disclose AI was used to create this summary, is it plagiarism? To be clear, I would not do it. Okay. Thanks for that clarification. Is it plagiarism? It depends on how you used it to create the summary. Are you just did you just like type in write a summary for this poster topic, or how did you use
No,
it?
no. I thought it said it was the literature survey that you summarized, right?
Oh, yes. Hold on. Let me go back.
Does using AI to summarize literature count as plagiarism? I mean, I would argue that in a poster, the literature survey is literally the least important thing there is. Why on earth would I say spend, a huge amount of time doing it? I'm not saying, again, this is the right thing to do, because what I would do is I would take 2 minutes to do the literature survey, right? But if it's actually taking someone 8 hours and then they use AI to do it and clearly disclose that AI was used to do this, would that be plagiarism? Obviously, if they use AI to generate the poster, that's awful. But I don't know. It's an intriguing question.
Gray area. I agree with that. I wish I could talk about this more with you, but we're like 2 minutes over time. My office, for those of you who are asking where my office is, so my office number is room 256A. It's in the advising area. If you know where that is, it's right across from the dean's office on the 2nd floor of the main building. Oh, thank you, Dr. Wu. I didn't know class ended at 12:05. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, if I have my own thesis, for example, and then asked AI for summarizing the introduction to 250 words, that is okay if it was disclosed. So did you write the thesis before and then you put it into the AI and asked it to summarize? Is that what you did? Or is that what you're asking?
I think so.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, I think so. All right. Any questions, any more comments?
One
No,
comment,
Renee, thank you for the excellent presentation. It was very helpful.
You're welcome.
one question is, one anecdote is recently we ran into a situation because of AI hallucination. It caused a lot of stress because a consultant basically pushed a long list of so-called errors for us to fix our proposals, but none of which, well, many of those were AI hallucinations. So the consultant was not doing the due diligence. So it's becoming very common.
You can. No, yes, you can post the video. You have my permission. I'll send it to you. All right, everyone. I know that I am standing between you and lunchtime, so I am not going to keep you any longer. But thank you so much for taking the time to attend this session. And again, if you would like a copy of the book, it's here. I have a whole box, please. I don't want to keep the box. I don't want to keep all these books. So feel free, come and get a copy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will send out the slides and have a great week.